All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to review the Ocean protocol. So this is a top-down view. You can see it's a mostly healthy project. It has a high market cap, and it already has had a hype stage. Besides that, everything else is pretty good. As for what this project does, it's a conduit for data marketplaces. It allows for data sets to find their price discovery. So you bring your data to a marketplace and you remain in control of it, and allows for you to monetize your data. So your data could sit behind an encrypted wall, be useful right here. Someone could send in their algorithms or their AI or whatever other functionalities, and it'll output a result without exposing the data. Or you can have different types of data consumption. Things like this, or even subscriptions, those type of things can be available. So if you have a subscription, you just have a data set, and you might even be able to take the whole data set, copy it. But it won't matter if you just put it on the marketplace or if you do something with it, because you will constantly be adding new data to that data set. So that's like a subscription or something. You could think of different business models on top of this. But what Ocean does is they are a marketplace for data sets, and it allows for anyone it takes the world and allows for AI or other consumers of data to actually utilize that data rather than it just sitting in databases being unused. So this is a very valuable proposition. As it currently is, the data set marketplaces of the world are about $2 trillion. And I only expect that to grow. We are becoming more technologically competent. We're getting the Internet of Things. All of that is going to create even more demand for data. I think, data is the new oil, as people have heard, and I only see that growing. And so this project is, right in the front of that, and it is already finished. They've already finished their roadmap. So, so they already have all these products out there, which is amazing. How many projects can say they're actually done with the roadmap? And one example of how this project could be valuable, I personally am in the market for an electric vehicle, and I looked up, one of the things I'm curious about is electric battery degradation. And what do you know? They actually pulled up data sets when I did their search for that, which means if I wanted to, I could do an intense survey and produce a study based on the battery degradation rates of electric vehicles. And you could do a comparative analysis and see, oh, this one has the slowest degradation, so I want to go with this car. Things like that. And so if you're generating that data, there might be business models in the future say, oh, do you want to monetize your data? And you'll say, yeah, sure, I'll make like $1 a month from my data, or $5 a month, or whatever. Your data will find its value in the world, so you will be willing to provide it or not. But this will allow for people to utilize their data, be in control of it, and allow for the world to utilize that data as well, because the data creators are in control, and businesses have an incentive to find it and utilize it because now it's monetized. So it's a very powerful business model. Ocean, that's why everyone's excited about Ocean, and there's major legitimacy behind that excitement. So what problems will this project solve in the future? Well, they're just going to add more modalities, such as subscription capabilities, more tool sets, privacy tools, more tools in general. And those are the things that you're going to see to their current marketplace. So they got a finished product now. Now they're going to polish that product and make it even better. So that's what they're going to do in the future. As far as does the team have a track record showing that they delivered? Yes, because they've already delivered. Their roadmap is already done. This product is live. And so what I expect for this project is, well, actually, I'll get into that in the future. But I expect there to be business models that survive on top of Ocean in the same way that Ethereum has businesses that are starting to sprout up on top of Ethereum. Ocean will have projects that will, business models that will rely on Ocean. So Ocean will be like the foundation, the data marketplace foundation, and you will have business models existing on top of Ocean. So the longer Ocean exists, the more likelihood that they're going to get this solid position in the marketplace. That business models will exist on top of them, and those businesses themselves will be, surviving depending on the survival of Ocean. So it'll become more and more in demand, more and more secure, and more proving itself out, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum. The longer they exist, the more they prove themselves as being resilient. And we are going to see that with this project. So I think this project will get more valuable over time just from that simple fact. However, I did put that I think that this project is in It's in one of the stronger, it's in performance. Like I think it'll be one of the 45 percentiles of performers. And the reason I didn't put it higher up on this is because it does have a high market cap. But this is a huge market, and so there's an entire possibility I could be wrong, and it could be up higher on the performance curve, which is entirely possible. And so I did take a position in this project, and I do expect there to be price performance. I expect future increase in demand for the token. Now, one of the things you'll notice is I put these as being green ahead of time because the value of the market is very large. And that is one of the strengths of this project and one of the reasons I invested. So the market size in America was about 200 billion, according to big data, and 2 trillion worldwide. And I expect that to be bigger. I actually expect those numbers to be conservative. So it has a very large market to grow. And is a token used for services? It's got a DAO functionalities, which allows for you to be in fund control. Utility token for the data exchange, AI services, and AI assets. It's also the unit of count within their ecosystem. And their token is used for many of those functionalities. Also, so their token is absolutely used. Since the product is live, the data marketplaces are live, we do, in fact, it has niche, it has a data center niche, and it will realize growth from that. And it will continue to realize price performance from that. And what do you know? This project has fees that burn tokens. This is an excellent thing to have. It's like a return to investors. So if you buy the token, 5% of all revenue is burned. And also unallocated funds for future growth. The platform is burned. So that will be a shrinking supply of tokens, and that is an excellent business model. Some people have problems with that. I do not. I see it as a consistent dividend, a 5% dividend, and it'll allow for irrational market prices. If this project is undervalued, it will go to the bull side faster because of this burn mechanism, because it'll allow for that irrationality to be worked out. One of the things with burn models, when you do burn your tokens, is it makes the down periods shorter. If a market is not valuing something properly, it'll make that period shorter because it removes that oversupply of product, and it will find that mathematical mean of standard P/E ratios. So the future market excitement from this project, I do expect it to be future excitement, and one of the reasons for that is because that burn model, I think, will lead to shortages of tokens in the future. Regarding media excitement, I don't know about that because they're very well discovered. They have 9,000 people or 26,000 people following their team on Twitter. Which is the higher end. They have 32,000 people on their project's Twitter. Once again, the higher end, and their Telegram's one of the higher ones at 10,000 viewers, and their YouTube exposure is it's in the neutral territory, but for the current market conditions, is high. So 79,000 views. About 25,000, 79,000, 34,000. So they're not a hidden secret anymore. This project is well known. And I did see advertising of Ocean Protocol to Solidity developers in the Polkadot ecosystem as well. You would see the Ocean banners behind every single Solidity video or every single Polkadot video because they were advertising to developers. Regarding major upcoming events, they're building those tool sets. They could, this could be bullish, but I'm just going to put it as neutral because they're already done with the roadmap. But you will see more functionalities come to their project, but nothing specific besides those tool sets. And it is not before their first marketing campaign, so their marketing campaign has already happened. And so current awareness, it's already aware, people are already aware of it. Regarding the markets, it's easy to get. It's on Uniswap. It's also on many exchanges, so it's not a difficult project to acquire as well. So you're not in early regarding that as well. So this is one of those projects that, hey, I actually expect most of the price performance from this project to actually happen from utility rather than hype. And that's actually a really kind of bullish thing for me, because there's only a few projects that I see as bringing real value to the world instead of just being all talk. There's a lot of projects that are just all talk right now, and everyone thinks they're going to be valuable, but they may not be. At the end of the day, what matters is that you deliver something valuable to the world, and this project actually already has. So that's where all the price performance is going to come from. Them actually growing their marketplace. And, being a first arriver with actual products one of the first arrivers is pretty dang strong. Tokens on the sell side to decrease. I expect money needed to move the price up to decrease, or tokens on the sell side to decrease. Inflation doesn't matter because the token holders are in control of the decision-making process, and over 50% of the tokens are released. So it shouldn't be the biggest factor. So the project still in a massive bull run. It's up 10x in 5 months. So that is not in your favor. It could, it's very high up. It could easily come crashing down. That is something to be concerned about. It has a very large market cap at 165 million, or it's in one of those larger category sets. And fully diluted, it would be around 300 million. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is definitely a larger market cap. And so that could hurt its performance. And that's one of the reasons I didn't put that higher. But it's entirely possible because they actually deliver such a valuable product that they will have strong performance. This thing right here. The fact that they're actually live, the fact that they actually have everything built and they have, people starting to build business models on top of them makes them extremely valuable. Okay, so I'll get into the team. There's no billion-dollar startups in their history, and there is no inventions as far as I know. But their product could be considered those things in a sense, and that is why I put their CEO as being pretty strong. Because they have data focus, they've been consistent with their data drive, their entrepreneurial, their leadership, they have vision, and they have live innovative projects. So I actually do see this project hitting $1 billion market cap, and from here that's around a 7 or 8x. And so if they do hit $1 billion, then this CEO will be in the 9 category or close to the 10 category. And I already put him as one of the higher ones because of the fact that this thing's already live, that's already created, and this thing looks like a very valuable thing. This project. So evidence of ability to solve difficult problems. Well, they've already delivered, so you can just go ahead with that. Like their product is already live. But they have all of this experience from Big Chain DB, a blockchain database, decentralized immutable data storage. So they've already been doing that for years. Bruce Braun, which is the founder of Big Chain DB, CEO, turned data into assets, what they've been doing since 2014. He's also the founder of Ascribe. Ascribe is Big Chain DB, Interplanetary Database, and DEX. These are all part of this project. They've all been incorporated in this project, so they're all part of its asset sets as well as the developer team assets. The Chief Technical Officer, Trent McCogley, he has AI research, AI for computer chip designs, PhD in electrical engineering. So he has extensive knowledge working with AI and in engineering. And the chief operations operator was from Big Chain DB as well. So basically the team from all this project is from Big Chain DB. And so they've been working in data monetization for a while, for an extended period of time. And they delivered a beautiful product for this platform. So yes, the team is very strong. Regarding best option of the competition, they have two-sided markets, live products, and adoption is happening. So they're already live, they're already ahead. I think that they are the best of the competition regarding data monetization for crypto. So external transfer catalyst inhibitor, increased effort needed to leave your system. Basically, how you keep the people you get when you already are live. So they're like one of the first ones to develop such a valuable product so early. So they're already capturing market share, which means they will lock that in. So one of the things to note is there's a strong utility position for being the first arriver to be, someone who is an infrastructure role. And if they are playing that role for these businesses to build on top of them, they're like Uniswap. Once Uniswap exists, and once it's a place for liquidity, it's a chicken and egg problem. Once you capture all the liquidity, then people know you're the place for liquidity, and it's really hard to leave. Like Ethereum fees can reach $100 sometimes, but people don't want to go to systems that are faster because that's where all the developers currently are, and it's hard to coordinate everyone to leave to go to a better system. So that's why being the first mover is so advantageous. And since they already have a live product and they already have these business models building on top of them, it's larger. It's harder for them to lose customers in the future. So that's what I think for people leaving. Regarding governance, so you submit proposals, you can fund them if they're good and track progress of them. That's vote on teams and proposals. You control the workers, software, app building, outreach, community, and data acquisition. So you control the funds, you control the protocol, and that's what they have. So I expect high-value people to remain in control of this project, leading to all these benefits of having high-value people. They have ocean workers, which get paid by the protocol or proposals to do marketing. So I expect there to be marketing in the future, and I expect that only to continue into the future. Regarding difficulty of internal transfer, they have the first mover with the data markets, and so I expect there is the difficulty is that not that difficult because there's a lot of people already utilizing their products. So to bring people in, 51% of tokens are going to be added to the Earn Ocean by providing data, quality control, curating data, deciding whether the data sets are in violation of any local laws or are ethical pieces of data. Open marketplaces, like network helper, validator, running the network. All of those things are helping on-ramp people into the system. So that's part of their user acquisition, user data liquidity providers. All those things are paid for by the tokens, and the tokens are allocated to those. So all these people that are going to be participating in this network are going to be holders of the token and also holders of the platform's future. So that's also good in my opinion. All right. So strategic partnerships, the Filecoin Cloud Storage Open DeFi Alliance, which is liquidity and data tokens, Alliance Block, customer role. So this is a customer. They're using their data markets for regulatory compliance. Compute to data, which is an unannounced thing I heard in their video. Partnership, and also Polkadot. They're on the front page of Polkadot, which means that they are likely going to be able to bridge into the Polkadot ecosystem, or have a parachain slot or get prevalence in the Polkadot ecosystem. So all of that is excellent for their marketplace and for their future relevance. So they do have excellent partnerships, especially that Polkadot partnership. Long-term vision and strategy, they stated that their goal is to spread the benefits of AI by equalizing and monetizing assets, data as assets. And that's what they're doing. So their clear mission statement is that we aim to unlock data for equitable outcomes for users and data through tech and governance, data that benefits humankind, which is their reason for doing all this. The DAO pays and votes for all the value added. So that you have the Ocean DAO, which does ocean workers and ocean marketplace tools, and these are the incentives for developers. So they have a well-structured incentive program for adding value to the system. And so developer motivation will remain high, as well as high-value upgrades constantly being brought to the system, and a constant iteration process of bringing value to the platform. So the Ocean marketplace tools, liquidity providers for Ocean's data token pools, curation of data and assets, all of these things are going to make it more valuable. So an increase in value for services provided will ultimately lead to more value, more users, more growth of this platform. And ultimately, will large business models exist on top of the token to reflect their needs? We're already seeing businesses starting to build on top of Ocean as a base layer. So Ocean is being like the foundation of future business models, and that is going to only make them stronger, only make them more viable. And I expect this to increase. I expect large business models to exist on top of Ocean. And so Ocean may, in fact, be extremely undervalued from this perspective, as it could be the size of Ethereum, multi-billion-dollar foundational role in the data marketplace of the future. That is entirely possible. And, why I took a position in this project. All of these yellow things are irrelevant because they weren't implemented. As far as the token being easy to use, it looks easy to use for those who need it. And it'll have a large community set. It's on high volume dexes, so it'll have tokens that will pool in liquidity pools. And they also provide those market sets, so its token will pool in its own liquidity pools. And so the tokens per person will decrease. So for the overall picture, the pros, it has live products in its finished roadmap, visionary and focused leadership, very large market, Polkadot ecosystem, and a token burn model. This is all very bullish, and this project could be very, very large in the future because of these things. The cons is that it is already a large market cap. It's already experienced a lot of hype, and it's already had major price action in the last 5 months. It's already 10x'd, so it's already very high. And so those are the things to be concerned about. And that is my overview of the Ocean Protocol. Good luck investing.